Good morning. It is 7:27 and we're on to an estate sale. This one is put on by Full House. I like their prices. They usually have very good prices, very reasonable, sometimes cheap. And I'm cheap. I like cheap. But they're kind of disorderly, I guess is the best way I can put it, because sometimes where they put their checkouts don't make sense. Kind of causes congestion in the shopping and the checking in the house. The way they set up their stuff sometimes is disorderly. I don't know. They're just not the best put together, organized estate sellers that I've been to. But I like their prices. And this sale, judging by the pictures, looks like it has lots of good stuff. I mean, I'm excited about this one today, and then there's one tomorrow. So this is another two-parter, because the one tomorrow is put on by Carolina Let's Go. And they always find really good ones with lots of good stuff. Their prices just kind of, sometimes they're a little bit on the high side. But, you know, nobody's making you buy anything. You buy what you want and what you can afford, so meh. But yeah, I'm excited to go to this one, and I hope I find lots of good stuff. So I will let you know. It's cloudy out. It's supposed to be rainy. And it looks like it started sprinkling. I did bring my umbrella. I'm hoping, which I hate doing, but if it's going to be actively raining, I'm wearing my raincoat. If it's going to be actively raining and other people do it and are okay with it, I will place mark myself and go sit in the car where it's dry. I brought my umbrella. I'll just leave my umbrella down as my place marker because my bag would get too wet, and it's a canvas, you know, like grocery store bag, so I don't want to go in there trying to shop and putting stuff in a wet bag. So I will happily put the umbrella down, that's fine. Which, it looks like the rain's getting a little more serious. It's supposed to be rainy all day. At least tomorrow I think is supposed to not be rainy. I hope not. Tomorrow's earlier because Carolina Let's Go always starts theirs at 8 a.m. So I'll be leaving tomorrow probably before sunup. But I'm hoping the rain kind of deters some people from being there this morning. So I have a better chance of being closer to the front of the line. But here we go. Hi, welcome back. If you don't know, you're watching My Thrifted Home, and my name is Dusty. And I went to an estate sale this morning, and it was not super familiar with the area of Fayetteville that it was at, but it was a cute little cottage. We actually met the owner when we stepped out. It was being put on by Full House. And Lori, I believe, is the one that runs Full House. Super nice lady. Anyhow, Full House is also the one that sometimes is a little disorganized. But today there was just her and one other person running the show. But it was a small little cottage. And there was lots of stuff, but not an overabundance, so it wasn't super crowded or anything. Matter of fact, I was number 3 into the house. When I went in, there was only maybe 20 of us all together. So, anyway, the owner still was there in this estate sale. She has lived here in Fayetteville 15 years and was moving back home to Maine. She has a couple of children there and a sister and a grandchild. So she just felt it was time to go back to her roots. And I would say now is probably a good time to do it because there's not a lot of snow in Maine, or there should be right now because we're going in spring. But when she told us, several of us were like, ooh, Maine, because, you know, we like the nice weather here in Fayetteville. But kudos for her, super nice lady. I wish her safe travels. Also saw a couple of people that I've seen at other estate sales quite a bit, always usually in front of me. And of course they were the 2 in front of me since I was number 3. One of them is a gentleman that's always there, almost at the front. I don't know how he always gets to be first. I don't know what time he shows up. His name's Gary Miller, maybe? He told me Miller. The other girl I formerly met told me his name was Gary, so I don't know. I'm gonna call him Miller because that's what he told me. Anyway, he always likes to go there and buy tools and ladders. And I don't know what he's doing with all those ladders, but you do you, boo. I'm not there for the ladders. And then the other lady that I've seen before that was in front of me, her name is Cheryl. So now we officially met. She's kind of like me. She's just going for whatever catches her fancy, whatever speaks to her. So on that note, let's get started and see what spoke to me today. So I've got this little guy, little Boston Terrier. He's got some markings on the bottom, like I don't know what those are, but still a super cute little guy with that little face. He's so sweet. Then I got this, don't know, it says 2004 on the bottom, and it screws, so it's a perfume bottle. I wonder, because it's got a thing, if it was an aerator here, maybe? I'm not sure. But it's very beautiful and jeweled. Kind of makes me think, if you're a person like me into Bridgerton, that's what it kind of reminds me of, is something in Bridgerton. Then I got another one of these. It's called the Why Not Inn, and it's made Wade, England. I have some of them, but this one's gonna go in my shop because I like the houses. I don't necessarily want the inn. But I just love how tiny they are in the detailing. They're so cute. Then I got this, and it says it's a vintage ashtray. I'm trying to see the markings on it. Something Memorial Art Gallery, Norwich, Connecticut. So I love the relief and the details, and then all the dragons around the edge. On the back it does say something, I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to read, but I think the detailing is really neat. So if someone likes to collect old ashtrays or souvenir ashtrays, or they too are just enjoying the detailing like me, I am putting it in the shop. So there you go. Then this next set is Royal Albert Bone China, England, and it's a sugar and creamer. This one did have a little bit of a hairline crack, but I still think they're really pretty pieces with the blue daisies on them. Or maybe they're forget-me-nots. I don't know, but I think they're very pretty. So I'm gonna put that in my shop. Then I have a plate for my shop, and it's marked Triumph, Made in USA, Limoges, warranted 22 karat gold. So I thought this was a very pretty dish. I like the flowers in the center and then the gold trim. So I'm gonna place that in my shop. And then since she was from Maine, I do have 2 books, but I love the old pictures and the history. I mean, it's just full of old pictures. This one's a cluster of Maine villages. And then the other one is Sanford and Springvale, Maine, in the days of Fred Philpott, A Photographic History. So I'm going to put those in my shop. So if someone's a person from Maine and would like to have the history, those would be nice little additions to their collection of history books. Part of me is kind of tempted to keep them because I do love histories, and especially like old black and white photos like that. Have to consider it. Then I found myself a Bible. I do love going and getting the old Bibles. On the inside it's scripted, presented to Janet Feeney by the First Baptist Church School, Sanford, Maine, September 9th, 1962. So I don't know if this was hers and she missed it, or who it belonged to, but I'll take it and love it. So add that to my collection. Also had a beautiful oval frame. I do like these old frames. It needs a little bit cleaned up, but kind of almost makes me want to take the thing out and turn it into one of those faux mirrors that you can do, those old, you know, tarnished mirrors. But then they had this cute little pumpkin. So that will be fun for fall. I like the little crackling on it. I know it's probably a newer piece as opposed to vintage, but I don't care. Now this piece is definitely more vintage. It says York F. Winkle and Co., Stoke-on-Trent, England. And I just think this is a beautiful picture. I love the detail. I love the flowers on it. I love that this side is one kind and this side is another, so it's not the same on both sides. I think that's cool. So I will probably put that out this fall. Then I got this dish, Household Priscilla Ovenware Institute. I guess it's not a dish, it's a bowl. And I just love all the flowers on it. I'm not sure what to do with it, but I love it. And to me, if you're gonna display it, it's not like this, it's like this because this is where all the beauty is. But then again, what do I put in the middle of it? If anyone has some ideas how to use a beautiful bowl for decor, how to style it, put it in the comments, let me know, because I'm not sure, but I love this bowl. And then the last thing I got was a new watering can. Now, I don't think this is vintage, but I wanted something like this when I was doing for my houseplants indoors because I like the spout. It's easier to get into the pot. But some of the new ones, especially if they're plastic, they're just so boring and basic. This one at least has some panache. So there you go. That is my haul. And stay tuned for part 2 of tomorrow's thrift haul. Another estate sale. This is put on by Let's Go Carolina. And there'll most likely be some styling at the end, so stay tuned. See you tomorrow, part 2. Good morning. You can see it's getting bright out, but it's still kind of darkish. It is 6:29 a.m. That's why. Hoping to be there. I should be there about at 10 till 7, and it starts at 8 because it's a Carolina Let's Go, or Let's Go Carolina. I never know. I always confuse them, but all those words are in there somewhere for the name of the sellers. But they always start theirs at 8. I don't know why. It's I should look and see if they end theirs earlier, and maybe that's why they just get it done earlier in the day. I don't know. But I'll be curious to see if there's who's going to be there today. There was no Big Haired Sheila or Wayne yesterday, but there really wasn't any good old boys because there wasn't anything that would really interest too many good old boys yesterday. The one we're going to today has some really good looking, I don't know, I just go in with an open mind of whatever catches my eye. I do see furniture sometimes I would like, but we already have a lot of furniture, so unless I can immediately think of something that I would replace or someplace to put it, I just don't bother. Plus, I kind of just don't want to shell out the money for it. I haven't seen anything that I'm dying to have that badly. Mostly I like to look at the tchotchkes and the plates and dishes and knickknacks and kitchen stuff, the artwork. I will even look at some of the blankets and things like that. So, yep, just whatever catches my eye. So we'll see how this one is. I'll let you know. Join you later for the haul. Well, that was a good estate sale. I made it to be number 8 in line. When I got there was 2 ladies in the driveway and some chairs, marking spots. And I should have known 3 of the chairs belonged to Big Hair Sheila, Wayne, and Curtis, of course. But I do think Big Hair Sheila considers herself a fashionista. So I think she's there for the clothes and the jewelry and maybe the shoes. They let 15 of us in, which was nice. And yay, I was a part of that, which is good. They had a lot of nice stuff. I found a lot of things that I was pretty excited about that I actually wanted to find. They had a lot of pink depression glass, and I probably would have bought more, but it was a little pricey. And I do love pink depression glass. They had one that was like a mint green Fenton, and I wanted it really badly. It was a little trinket dish, but I couldn't bring myself to spend $14 for it. And then even if I had, I wasn't sure where I was putting it, so I just couldn't justify it all the way around. So I put it back. They had, someone bought, I don't know if it was like Hummels or Goebbels, I don't know, some kind of figurine, but there was a display case full of figurines, and someone bought the whole kit and caboodle. And it's like, wow, that's crazy. There's nothing in there that I've went in and bought a whole kit and caboodle of. I just buy random stuff, whatever catches my eye, whatever I think will do good in my shop, whatever I like myself. So they had everyone was calling it the Christmas room because it was all tons and tons of Hallmark ornaments. Some mint in their boxes. It was pretty crazy. I did get one because it reminds me of my mama, but otherwise I just enjoyed looking. They had some really nice quilts. There's a couple of them I kind of wanted to buy. One was I think 20 or 26, and I really liked it, but I just couldn't quite justify $26 for it when I didn't know what else I would do with it, but that's the way it goes in there. Anyway, so we'll be home shortly and you can see the haul. Well, who's ready for part 2 of my estate sailing today? So we already heard all the drama, so let's just get into the haul. Found a Granny Smith, I don't know why I said that because the apple, Granny Square blanket. It's a lap throw, so it's not quite as large as I would like it to be, but it's still kind of nice. Still cute, love the colors. My mom had one similar, makes me think of her. And then I found this quilt, absolutely love this. This is more of a little lap blanket too, it's not big, but I just love the denim look. And I know it's newer, but I don't care. I just think it's so pretty. It's very soft, and I love it. And that's what matters when you go to the estate sale, is buy what you like. I got this frame, and this frame, and this frame. So I don't know if I'll be using them in my gallery wall or sharing them with my daughter or other people, but when they're $1 and $2 a piece, it's hard to pass up frames. So in my kitchen, over my sink, there's a place where there's just like, it's just a plain board. I don't understand what the point of it was when they remodeled the kitchen, why they left it there, but it's just plain white board. There's nothing decorative about it. If it was me, I think I would have put like some paneling around it to make it look like a judge's panel. You know, something to give it some kind of pizzazz instead of just a flat painted board. So I hung a sign up there, but I'm kind of getting over signs unless you can find a really cool vintage like marketing sign, something that looks old or is old. But the one I have up there is not either of those things, and I just feel kind of over it. So I think I'm going to put it in my shop. And instead, I found this. That was one of the main reasons I went to this sale, that I really wanted it, was this. And I know it's kind of like country, but it reminds me of my mom. I love the size. It says Antique Art on Wood, French Rooster 2 by Alexander Churchill. So it does have a tag on the back, which I don't really care about that. I just like that it's an old rooster. And I think it will look great in this space. And I'm not gonna start collecting roosters all over the place like my mom, but I do love this. And I do love a few of them in the kitchen as a nod to her. And I like that it's a little bit bigger, I think, than the picture that's up there, so it'll take up a little bit more of that just wasted negative space. So anyway, I got that for myself. Then I got myself another spoon. I think they were telling me this is a tomato spoon from what y'all were telling me in the comments. If you can see the detail, it's really beautiful. And on the back it's marked Leonardo, Silverplated, Italy. So it's weird because it's really lightweight for the size. I mean, I've got other pieces that feel heavier, so definitely the plating, I guess you could say. But I like the detailing, so it'll just go with my collection. Then I got this for my shop. It says just a thimble full, so I'm assuming it's like a little shot glass or a measure glass. And on the bottom, it too is marked, says pewter pools, maybe 2206. I'm not sure, but I like the little etching here. I like that it does look like a giant thimble. So that's for my shop. Then I got some more really nice heavy. These are heavy. Salt and peppers for my shop, for anyone that likes to collect those. And they are marked, I want to say they're marked Italy on the bottom as well. There's some little crest. So it is pretty cool, and they are in great shape other than being tarnished, but I think that just adds to the beauty of them. And they're very heavy. And I mentioned when I was leaving the estate sale that they had a whole room of just like, it was like, I have never, other than being at a Hallmark store, seen so many Hallmark ornaments and their boxes. But there was this one, and it reminded me of my mama. Hopefully that'll show. It's a starfish, has a little dove, and then it says, the ones we love never truly leave us. So I bought it because my mother loved the beach, and I love the fact that it says that. But then when I got home, it's got the little tag on it. It says 2012, which is the year she passed away. So I just think that's kind of cool. It's like her little nod to me that she was there, and she's like, I see you. I miss you too. So that's for me. And then I got this little tiny, I want to say it says Silverplated Epon steel. So I love the detailing. Hopefully you can see the detailing on it. I think it's got beautiful detailing. I'm thinking it'd be really cool to put a candle on it. It was only 50 cents. I couldn't pass it up. I love the detailing on the edge. I love, to me, when things are ornate like that, I just think they're so stunning. Speaking of ornate and stunning, is this piece. I'm assuming it's maybe a butter dish because it has a glass tray that comes out, but it didn't have the lid. So butter dish, relish tray. But look at, let me see it better, the detailing of the etching. And it does not have any marks on the back to say who the maker is, but I think it's such a beautiful piece. I have seen people use these and put jewelry on them, so I'm kind of tempted to do that myself because I think that's a neat idea. Then I found these for my shop for all of you people out there that are liking retro and maybe having some nostalgia flashbacks. We have Tupperware coasters, and there's 6 of them. They look a little dirty. That one looks really dirty. Look at that. Somebody spilled something in it. I'll have to see if I can get them to come clean. But it's cool they came in their little tray. So I'll be soaking those in the sink and see if I can get them cleaned up before I put them in my shop. And then I have some drinking glasses and I bought a set. I think it's a set of 8. So there's pink and there's blue. And they're made to look vintage, but they're not vintage. Like, I know this isn't vintage either. But my thing is once I got them home, I was like, I really have room for a dozen. And I would kind of like a dozen, but I've decided, because it's just how I am, I want none of them to match. So I want 12 different glasses. So I'm on my penchant to find different glasses of similar size. I don't care about style so much as size, because I want 12 different ones, because that's just how I'm gonna roll. And then I bought myself another aluminum, or I would say it's aluminum. I like these old baking pans. They don't make them like this. They make them all that like special non-stick crap. And I know it's got a little rusting in it. I'll clean it up. It'll be fine. Because I just think they bake better. Because it is made in the USO. EKCO. Eco. But to me, because I bake at least every 2 weeks, I bake 4 loaves of sourdough with my sourdough starter. And I usually butter the entire thing, and it makes such a nice, beautiful crust. They pop out so well. The newer ones, even the non-stick ones, I don't think they brown as well because they're too heavy. These aluminum ones are lighter, thinner, so I think the bread browns up and you get that nice crust on it. And to me, they just work better. So all these people getting all this new stuff, sometimes old is better. You know, it just is. And then she had tons of pink depression glass there, and don't know if this is pink depression glass, but it is pink and it's a bud vase, and I think it's so beautiful. I think it'd be really beautiful with some like dried, you know, a dried rose or something in it, and I just think it's so pretty, and I love the pink. And then I got this book, Christmas at Biltmore. I don't know if it has 125 years, so I don't know what year that is. Let's see if it will tell me in here. 2020, so in 2020. But we have the Biltmore at Asheville here in North Carolina, and we've been, and it's beautiful. I would love to go at Christmas time, so I'm happy to have this to also like kind of do a preview and get me excited. Maybe this Christmas we'll go see it. And the last thing, for all you Pyrex people, look at here. They had more of them, and this one was 6. Trademark Pyrex, all in capital letters, ovenware, made in the USA. So, and all you Pyrex people, you probably know this pattern. I don't know any of the patterns. I just pick up what I like. I'm not sure if I'm selling it or keeping it because I do like Pyrex, and I don't know. Yesterday I found more for my shop. Today I think I found more for me. So stay tuned. We'll see if we do some styling. And thanks for joining me. And hey, let's have a verse for this week. Verse of the week. Here we go. Then thou shalt walk in thy way safely. Proverbs 3:23. I think that's the thing with, you know, people always think, well, if you're a Christian, then nothing bad should ever happen to you. Your life should be easy peasy. But God never promised us that if we followed him, our lives would be easy. He never promised us that it would be easy peasy or that we'd have no troubles. He just promised he'd be there for us. And he also promised that in the world to come in heaven, that everything would be so much better and make up for anything that was wrong or sad or troublesome in this life. So I want to hang on to that hope. As much as I enjoy things here and enjoy so much of the beauty and grace and wonder and everything in this world, that's so much amazing things that, you know, that they are to have pleasure and to enjoy. I just know that heaven is beyond even what I can imagine. So if I think all the stuff here can be great, I can't even imagine how great heaven is. So I will be good with that. And if I lost everything, you know, 5 minutes after I shut this video off, no one can take God from me. And as long as I have that, I have everything else I need. So anyway, I want to say thanks for joining me and stay tuned for any styling. And the cats are over sitting by the window. They went outside, which in all fairness, it's nice. I'll have to open the window and let them out. And there they are. You guys went outside, huh? You want to go out on the catio? Lexi May, you went outside? Meh. Meh. You got nothing to say? Fine. You guys ready? Lenny is, old man is. Okay, there you go. Enjoy the sunshine. No rain, not much wind. Right off the bat, I know exactly where I'm putting my watering can. I've been using this to water my plants. It's got the cool markers in it, it's enamel, but I think I'm gonna put that in my shop because I've enjoyed it. And now I have that watering can. Because this is like all my plant stuff. I use this to prune, and this is a mister, but I don't use it very often, but I like how it looks. And I have used this brush, and she's just there for looks. My Be Brave Angel. That came from Cursive in downtown Fayetteville. So, yeah. Here's my collection. I'm starting to run out of room. I guess it needs to go this way. I feel like I should turn the other direction. Kind of feels wrong, don't you think? The holly should be on this side. Let's fix that because it feels wrong. There, that feels better. Because otherwise they were upside down, and I don't know why I would have put them like that. This one is my old Bible when I was 13. Kind of worn it out. And then these, I believe, maybe it was this one? Maybe not. There's one that was left in the house from previous owners here when we moved in. So I just kept it. And then we picked other ones up at Goodwill, or garage sales, and 3 flea markets. And then that came from another estate sale. A little old New Testament, but love my Bible collection. So this is kind of one of my little mini galleries. And I got this frame in an estate sale, and there's the one I got today. That's an old vintage art print that I stole out of a book. Well, I didn't steal it, I cut it out of the book. And it reminds me of a dog I used to have, Goliath. Anyone that's known me knows about Goliath. He was my first dog, and I loved him to pieces. My first dog when I was an adult anyway. And I got this one at a estate sale. That's me and my grandparents. Sorry about the glare. That's me and my daughters being silly in front of the market house. That's my mama and I. Just more art. And one of my pen pals sent me that poem. And I liked it so much, so that's just kind of another spot to put art. I love art. I know it's a Christmas ornament, but I really love it, and it means a lot to me. I almost feel like it was a little God wink too, from God saying that He knows my heart and how much I miss my mom. And so I love that I found that, and so I thought it would be great here on my entry table, tied onto my little vase so I can see it all the time. As you can see, one of these times I'm going to have to film my spring tour since I changed things over from Easter, but not yet. Soon. Unless who would like to see the changeover from Easter to my spring house? Let me know. Drop it in the comments. I'll do another tour. Okay, there was my old sign. This is going in my shop, so if it's something that you would like hanging in your house, it will be in my shop. And now the rooster's up there. It's a little bit dark, but also might be lighting. But you know what? I don't care. I love it. On each side of it, I could totally put some more copper or maybe some plates. What would you hang next to it? Because I really feel like there should be something on each side of the rooster. I don't necessarily want to collect more roosters, but I wouldn't mind different copper pieces because I do like copper. Anyway, and you want to know a trick when you're hanging something and you want it to stay even if it shimmies, because that drives me nuts when pictures go wonky? Sticky tack. That's my answer for everything. Put some sticky tack on the back of it, and then it will hold it where you want it to be in place. So there you go. New decor and a tip for you. Last little bit. I decided to bring this in here into the library and put it here as a throw blanket on our lounge. This is also Mika's favorite spot to lay in. So we'll just make it a little bit cozy for her. And it's a little bit lighter weight for spring and summer. There we go. Even though this is her favorite spot during the day. And then at night I read there and I move her out. And since they're blue and there's blue in here, that blue will look nice there. And not something she can necessarily make all grody, huh, Mika Bean? Hey, bougie girl. Hey, bougie girl. There's a Lexi Mayminator. Meh. Yeah. Well, that is it for this estate week. Thanks for joining me, friends. Hope you come back and see me soon. There'll be always more hauls.